welcome back to my channel. And today's video we're going to be talking about pregnancy and labor. Basically how this guy came. He's 2 months now. I thought about doing a 2-month update on him, but I'm gonna leave that to my vlog channel because that's more about the family and things of that sort. This video really pertains to me, but in the meantime, make sure you subscribe. I post videos every Monday, and let's get on to the video. You might hear him making sounds or whatever because I'm trying to put him to sleep and then put him inside of his crib. But for the meantime, I'm just gonna get started in this video because mom life. So I'm just gonna start off by saying that he was planned. So me becoming pregnant wasn't like something that I was shocked, something that I was surprised that happened. It was just something that I just been waiting for because it was planned. So when I found out that I was pregnant, I pretty much already kind of knew, because you know your body. Well, at least I do. I know my body, and I know when it's doing things that it hasn't been doing before. Like, it felt kind of crampy down there in my pelvic area. It just felt like something was always there. But for a minute, I was taking a lot of pregnancy tests, and they just kept coming up negative. So I was just becoming a little bit worried. I started getting disappointed, and my fiance was like, we can do whatever we need to do to make sure that this happened, but we just need to wait it out for the most part. So I tried to wait, but of course the anticipation, you just want to know. So I would end up taking another pregnancy test and being disappointed again. And I was like, you know what, I'm not going to take any more. I'm going to wait a good basically almost a month, and then I'll take a test. That didn't last. I really pretty much waited like 2-3 weeks, and then I finally took a test. And I said I was going to wait too early in the morning before I go to work and take that test on that first urine of the morning. And that's what I did. And I pretty much got a really faint line, but that faint line was confirmation that we are on a new journey. And I texted him a picture of the pregnancy test. Now the response wasn't as like exciting or negative or anything. He just was like, that's the pregnancy test basically, and I'm like, yes, it says that we are. What he did tell me was like, as soon as I sent him that picture, his mind, the gears just started going on about how like he needed to just start really working hard at work so that he can get more time, we can start saving more money, we can get prepared, and let's do this. So the whole pregnancy wasn't too complicated pretty much at all. I had pretty much the smoothest pregnancy ever in life. Like, I feel so grateful for that pregnancy because I didn't have any complications. I didn't have like morning sickness. I got nauseous in the morning, but I felt like that was from like the medications that they give you. I had like iron, the prenatals, all that jazz. But for the most part, I just had like normal symptoms, which was like slight nausea, the out of breathness, and I did not have like crazy food cravings either, which was weird. If I did have any cravings, it was like towards the end, and it would be like snowballs, slushies, or something like that. Like nothing crazy. Like I didn't want like pickles inside of chocolate or crazy stuff like that. I just had my normal appetite, ate if I was hungry, and that was it. So yeah, I didn't have like, for the most part, he made my skin way better. He made my hair grow faster. He just doing good things for me. And I'm like, I just feel too blessed. I feel so blessed that this pregnancy was smooth. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Is he gonna give me hell when he come here? Like, this is just too good to be true that I'm not having all these craziness. I will say that as time went on towards my third trimester, they were noticing that I was slightly below average on like sizing. They felt like he was kind of small, but again, I was small. Like, I started out maybe 125, and me gaining weight wasn't really like dramatic. Like by the end of the pregnancy, I probably gained I was 125 to like 150 or something like that, 153-ish or something like that. And yeah, I kept having to get sonograms a lot, like ultrasounds, just to measure out to make sure that he is growing properly. But I try to let them know that, you know, when my mom was pregnant with me, she was small. I came out like 5 pounds, and I didn't expect for him to be large either because I was small. So of course, you know, it carried down that I would carry small as well. When I found out that we was having a boy, it was just like the best day ever. My fiance, that's what he wanted. He wanted his boy. He already has twin daughters, and he has a son that, you know, he didn't really get to be there for, not on his, you know, behalf. It's just, you know, he didn't know that that was his son when he was small. Another story for another time. Let's say we waited till I was 5 months. I want to say we waited till about 5 months to tell our family, to tell our parents, just to be on the safe side, you know, because risk happens, you know, with miscarriages and stuff like that. And I didn't want to, you know, put that out there and then something like that would happen. I just wanted to be focused. I just want to be focused on making sure everything was safe, that no craziness was happening before I told anybody. We didn't tell our parents that we were pregnant till we were about 3 going on 4 months. We didn't tell, and the way we told them, we just basically, you know, talked to them individually by ourselves and told them that we were pregnant. My mom pretty much already knew, and she was happy, she was proud, and she couldn't wait till her little grandbaby got here. Same thing for his mom, and then eventually more of the family knew, but not a lot, because I wanted to keep it to ourselves until I was ready to tell everybody. I didn't tell like social media or post on social media till I was about maybe 7 months. I really wanted to keep this pregnancy peaceful, stress-free, and just really enjoy being in the moment without everybody else's opinions and all that stuff. I told my manager pretty much almost right away. I told her, my manager, before I even told my mom, because I knew I can confide in her, and who she's gonna tell. And plus, you know, my job needed to know that I was no longer able to do some of the work tasks that involve a lot of like heavy lifting and stuff like that. I was like, I'm not gonna be doing anything to stress this pregnancy out at all. So y'all need to know ahead of time that I'm gonna start slacking. So yeah, you know what? This pregnancy, my due date was for August the 22nd, which was like kind of crazy because my birthday is on August the 29th. So I was kind of relieved that it wouldn't be near my birthday. So the week before the 22nd, they did a membrane sweep because I was like, there was a change in quality because my camera died and I wanted to go put him down for his little nap. So yeah, so I was re-centimeters 2 weeks before it was my due date, and they thought about just going ahead and do a membrane sweep to get things in a kickstart for this labor. And I was nervous. I was against it at first, but I was like, let me just, you know, get it done, see if this could help. And really it did nothing. All it did was just cause like a lot of discharge, and then, you know, it stopped, and then nothing. Like, I was really crampy down there, but that was pretty much it. Nothing else really happened. Once the 22nd came, due date, nothing happened, and my back was hurting. Of course, the normal pregnancy things. I was over it. I was ready for him to come, period. My back was hurting. Pants didn't feel like they should. I hated walking. I just wanted him to come. He was always down there in the pelvic area, but again, no real contractions because I didn't know what to expect. I never had, you know, these things before, and I don't know what they're supposed to feel like. I just knew my back kind of hurted, and he felt like he was down there and ready to come out. So once that date came and he was, you know, still hanging in there, not ready to come out, he was like, okay, we have to induce you, so we're gonna have to set a date to do this. What day do you want? Do you want the 25th, 27th, 28th? I'm like, oh, if I am the 28th, He's gonna be born on my birthday on the 29th. I can't do that. So they was like, okay, we can do the 25th. She was like, all right, let me go ahead and make the appointment. We're gonna come back in with the confirmation. Sit in the room, wait. And they was like, wait, we can't do the 25th. Can we do the 27th? I'm like, okay. She's like, all right, we'll do 27th. Maybe like 10 o'clock that morning. Got there at 10 o'clock that morning. I was not anxious. I was not nervous. I was just so ready for him to come. People kept asking me, are you nervous? Are you nervous? Nope. I'm ready. I'm ready since I took the damn pregnancy test and found out that I was pregnant. So once I did the registration, I did the examination to see if I dilated any further. And nope, he was still at 3 centimeters. They did immediately started putting me on Pitocin and like fluids, all that jazz. And I don't know why I didn't eat that morning before I got there, because I didn't know that, you don't eat when you're in the hospital. I thought you would get a meal at least, but nope. I only can drink fluids, and that was pretty much it. So I just drank ginger ale all day long, and they just kept coming in to check on if any contractions was happening, and they'll keep updating up the Pitocins, and that's pretty much it. So anesthesiologist, I got there, so an anesthesiologist came in at maybe 2 or 3 o'clock, asking if that was something I want to consider, as far as epidural. I'm like, yeah, if things get severe and I'm like in severe pain and can't take it no more, then yeah, I'll go ahead and do the epidural. Even though it was something that I didn't want to do, I'm going to just try this out naturally. But he was like warning me that, okay, it's 3 o'clock now, and around 6 o'clock, going on 7 o'clock, we have 2 anesthesiologists. And around this time is when it get busy, when people are having their C-sections, or maybe we have other operations. So, you gotta let us know a little early that you want your epidural, because if not, once that pain kick in and you call for us to do the epidural and we're not available, it will take at least 2 hours for one of us to be able to come in and do your epidural. So I was like, damn. Okay, all right, I'm gonna wait. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wait. But as soon as it get close around that time, I might consider it soon, so that that's done. And it's just, I don't know, I was really debating about the epidural, but I was like, I might need it, pain. I don't like pain, so it can get a little crazy in here. So as I'm talking to him, I can feel like the contractions starting to develop in my back, and I'm like, it hit me while he was talking. I'm like, and then boom, like a contraction came, but I was just like holding it in tight and just like looking at him like, I'm like, this must be it. And then he left out. I'm like, I think I just had a whole contraction, because that shit, it hurted. They asked me that I went the exercise ball. I used that to bounce around to see if anything could happen. Rolled around on it to see if anything would happen. Nope. He wasn't really dilating too much. He would dilate a little bit. We got to like 5 centimeters around like 4 o'clock. So around 4:30, they asked me did I want my water break. I was like, go ahead, break the water. He was like, I was thinking the worst of all that. When they broke my water, I thought before they broke my water, I thought it was gonna be so painful. They was gonna have to go in there and do some stuff. But all she did was just take like this thing with a hook and pretty much pop the whatever they did. They popped the membrane thingy that holds all the water with the baby in. So it just came all out. It was like warm and came all out. Like, ugh. I hate to even think about it, but soon as she did that, the freaking contractions got so much stronger. Like, I felt them mildly. I was able to manage them. They was probably like at a 4 when I was having them earlier, but these things amped it up to like a 6, 7. As soon as she broke my water, I just like, well, she left out the room and immediately I felt the pain. And I was like squeezing on my fiance's hand, and it just was coming like back to back, like every minute. He was like, I just like, here come another one. I try to troop through them. I try to hold out and try to be strong. And they just kept getting worse and worse. And some of them was getting a little slight bit easier to take, and then others was just like, okay, where is that man who was talking about epidurals? I just think he should come now. So the nurse came in to check on me because she was going to up my Pitocin. And I'm just like, you have to up it up, ain't you? She's like, do you want me to go ahead and call the man? She was like, not the man, but do you want me to go ahead and call for you to get your epidural? And I'm like, yes, please. I'm like crying a little bit, but still trying to be strong. And it took a while for him to come. So I had to just manage through the pain until he came. It didn't take too long, but he came. And my mom and my fiance, they were there. They had to leave the room for a little bit while they do the epidural. And if you hear that clicking sound, it's his swing. He did the epidural, and I think the only hard part was just trying to keep still while you're having your contractions. But for the most part, the nurse was really helpful, like making sure that I breathe. And she was like, hold my arm and squeeze it as hard as you need to whenever you're in pain. It was just hard to keep still because my back was hurting so bad whenever like the contractions came. Now I know what a contraction feel like. I'm like, this feels like, you know, you ever feel like when you have to like poop and you hold it and then your sides started, it's like a wave of cramping, basically, like a wave of cramp, like your sides will cramp. Everything would start to cramp up. It's like when you had that, like that, you hold your poop for a long time and to the point where you start cramping a lot. But most of the pain was always in my back, my lower back. And then like, I thought that all the pain, they said it felt like stabbing pains in your abdomen, but it just felt like a wave of cramping coming around my sides and my back, basically. I don't know what menstrual cramps feel like because I never had those. So yeah, that's the only way I can describe contraction. It's like a wave of cramping, and then it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Yeah, I don't know what other people were talking about the whole, it feels like you're having knives stabbed across your abdomen and all this type of stuff. And I'm like, no, you're wrong. This is wrong. This is not what I feel. This is not what I expected at all. Yeah, once I got my epidural, took a little bit for it to kick in, but for the most part, everything started to ease down as far as the pain levels go. They checked my dilation again. They said it was at like 6 centimeters, so it was a really slow and dragged out day. I couldn't sleep. So they checked me at 2:30ish a.m. and finally I was at 9 centimeters. So I just was like dragged out, laying in the bed, waiting for them this whole entire day after the epidural. And here and there I felt like the waves of contractions still. I would feel like that back pain. So they would put me on my side, and then they would put like the little peanut ball in between my legs to help like open up the cervix some more. They tried to put me onto my right side, but whenever they did that, his little heart rate would go down. So they would hurry up and put me on my left side again, or they would put me on my back. But yeah, they just pretty much kept checking his heart rate. They would up the Pitocin, or they would turn it down some whenever the contractions were just too back to back. A lot of times they had to keep turning it down and just wait it out, hold off on it, because of the fact that the contractions was just coming back to back a little too strong. I did have a moment though. I had a moment when I threw up twice. I threw up so much liquid, it was just disgusting. And this is pretty much after the guy did the epidural, and I asked him for the little bag thing because I felt so nauseous sitting up and being in pain. Leaned over, and this dude gave me like this little bowl thing that they use at the dentist. And I'm like, what the hell is this gonna do? Finally, the nurse came in. I'm like, dude, I have to throw up. Do I throw up in this? She's like, no, he just doesn't know. She was gonna say something else, but she tried to be professional. She was like, he just gave you that, basically. Yeah, I threw up twice. They gave me some medicine the first time to help subside some of the nausea that I was feeling. That helped a lot, but the second time they couldn't give me any more because, you know, you're not supposed to do it more than one time. And that I was fine. I didn't want to drink anymore. I did know that because every time I would drink ginger ale, I just felt nauseous and I just knew I was going to throw up again. So I was like, you know what, this Pitocin is kicking my ass as far as the nausea going. But around 1 a.m. they checked me and they said that I was 9 centimeters. I was so freaking happy. It was like 1 going 2 a.m. We just knew when you're at 9, 10 is like right there. So they was like, all right, we're gonna come back in like an hour, and pretty much he should be ready to start pushing. Yeah, around 3 something, 3:50, my back started hurting so bad it started cramping again. I just felt like the epidural was not working as far as the contractions go. They were just working for my legs being numb and me not feeling anything. I was like, I don't know what to do to myself. I just couldn't, like, I could not get comfortable. I was just holding on to the bar of the bed on my side, like trying to breathe. And then she was like, she rolled me on my back and she had me push maybe like 2 times. It's like, okay, he's pretty much down there, so we're gonna go ahead and start preparing for, you know, to be able to like deliver. So they started setting up. The other doctors started coming. It was probably like 5 people max that came in the room. They had like 4 people, 2 doctors and maybe like 3 nurses, 1 person to help with my leg, 1 nurse to make sure that, you know, I'm okay as far as breathing and pushing, and the other person like setting up the little bedside, make sure everything is, you know, all the materials that they need is available and ready for them. And yeah, my fiance held 1 leg, my mom stood behind me, all in my ear telling me to push, 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 push. I think I pushed maybe like 15 times until finally he came out. And he came out with his eyes already open. He was sucking his thumb. He cried. It was like this little like lowest, softest cry ever that I've ever heard. I thought I was gonna be like one of those people on like other labor and I've watched so many labor and delivery videos on this YouTube. I thought I was gonna be like crying my eyes out. I thought so much worse than how everything went. Everything pretty much smooth. It just was long and dragged out because it was waiting for me to dilate more and more and more. But yeah, for the most part, he came out. He was 6 pounds, 13 ounces, 19 inches long. And he has like this really red hair. So some like really red sandy, I don't know if you can see. I mean, it's not super, his hair is so freaking red. The funny part was every time they had me push, and then we took a break to wait for the next contraction to came, I fell right to sleep. I would close my eyes and just like, I'm so sleepy. I couldn't even open my eyes to push or do anything. I was so tired. He came at 4:32 a.m. and just waiting this whole day for him just was so exhausting because I didn't sleep. Yeah, my fiance got to cut the umbilical cord. I was surprised that he was like, he told me this whole pregnancy that, oh, I don't want to look to see, you know, what's going on down there. But the whole time he was looking, he was like, when I was so pumped when I heard them say, I see the hair. I'm like, he has hair? Because I just knew my baby was going to be bald-headed. It's so weird just laying there with your legs wide open and people just sitting there smiling like, you got this, you got this. And you're just like, do you not know I'm freaking uncomfortable right now? Like, I can't even see what's down there because my belly was in the way. So I don't know what y'all looking at. They asked me did I want a mirror to see, you know, him coming out, and I'm just like, no, I just want him out now. And okay, all right. That's basically just say that he came August 28th, a day before my birthday. So we will be planning his birthday and my birthday at the same time. It's been interesting. I'll talk about how life was after delivery, you know, things you go through with postpartum and everything. On that part, it gets really in depth. But yeah, my camera's about to die. I feel like I missed a few parts because there was so much little details that I could have talked about, but I just told the most main details of this labor and delivery. So if you haven't, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned to my next video. I will be posting the postpartum part onto my vlog channel, so you can hear that. Give me a couple days to film that, because it's kind of hard when you're a new mom. But yeah, again, I post videos every Monday on this channel. I'm going to have a consecutive day on the vlog channel. Just trying to figure out life, you know, how I fit everything in. And yeah, stay tuned. And check me out on my social medias. I'll leave everything in the description box below. I'll see you in my next video.